Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly. Homelessness continues to be an important issue in our city, and one topic that residents will get to weigh in on soon is housing for our homeless veterans.
Joining us now is Dr. Jonathan Sherin, a national expert on veteran mental health. Welcome to Studio 16.
Thanks for having me.
So, Doctor, how many homeless veterans are in our area, and what's currently being done for them?
Well, in our county, Los Angeles County, there are roughly 4,500 homeless veterans according to the most recent point in time count. In terms of the west side, closer to Santa Monica, ranging from Malibu down to the marina and eastward to the medical center, there are estimates that roughly 800 homeless veterans are currently challenged with this problem.
Now tell us about the upcoming workshop that's happening.
Yes, next Monday, the 21st, in the evening at the Santa Monica Civic Center, we're going to be hosting with the VA a workshop to bring veterans from all eras with all different types of challenges together to talk about their campus. So the West Los Angeles VA campus, which you may or may not know, is a very large piece of valuable property that was given to the veterans in 1888 as a home.
Wow.
That property is in need of a significant upgrade. It has been neglected for some time. So what we really want to do is we want veterans to come together and help guide the process of rebuilding their home, restoring their home as a place for veterans to live, and also as veterans who don't live on the property to come to an oasis of resource to help them. And many of them will not would not fall through the cracks and become homeless or have other bad outcomes because that resource would be available to them.
What's the current status of that veterans campus in West LA?
Well, you know, the campus has a lot of stuff on it now. It has a massive medical operation that is probably the largest actual medical center in the country, or certainly one of them. It also has a set of housing opportunities, but those tend to be more therapeutic, transitional, temporary emergency type housing opportunities. And really, because of many factors here in Los Angeles, including the real estate market, there's a compelling reason to have housing on the campus, and particularly for the more vulnerable veteran populations who really tend to deteriorate when they're not around an enriched environment with resources including health care, stable housing, and a bevy of human service opportunities.
Now, what are some proposals for the future?
Well, there are a number of proposals currently on the table. There's a plan for Secretary Bob McDonald to be handed a plan for the campus in the middle of October, which is going to be which is roughly a month away. What is critical here is that we leverage this opportunity that's before us on the heels of a lawsuit against the VA to create a national model. We at Vets Advocacy Incorporated like to think of it as VA the right way. And we actually have a website, and that website is being used by veterans and other concerned and interested stakeholders to provide input as to what might go on that campus. But across the board, it's felt very strongly in the community that that property ought to be leveraged for housing, for outstanding health care, and for a variety of resources, including peer mentorship, family support, including child care, education, training, employment opportunities, entrepreneurial opportunities, recreation, right, which would bring veterans to the campus. So, for example, could there be a pool on that property? Could there be a track? Could there be a fitness facility? Right. There already is a golf course, which is in fair shape and could use a significant upgrade, which is treasured by veterans. But the idea is to create a vibrant community for those who live on the campus and a resource that veterans from around the community want to come to, that they're proud of, and that will be helpful to them when they go.
You mentioned an upcoming workshop. Tell us more about that and what the format will be.
Right, so the workshop format is a bit different than what we've been doing kind of in partnership with the VA and the master planning team from HOK, which is an international architectural firm. We want this to be essentially veteran-driven entirely. So we look to get veterans together, again, from all eras, with all types of challenges, many including veterans who may not be challenged and are frankly leaders in our community, to talk about the tough issues. So tough issues include, is this entirely a veteran campus, or are civilians going to be allowed on that campus, right? What's that intersection? What's the interface between the veteran campus, where veterans will be living and veterans will be getting services, and the outside community? Because ultimately we want to bridge that gap, right? We want to foster reintegration, which is really a fundamental challenge. We also want to bring experts to participate as audience members and listen to what veterans have to say about their property. So we'll have a short period of time where the big topics like the interface with the community, which populations of veterans ought to have priority to live on the campus, whether prior leases that are controversial, including the Brentwood School, which has wonderful facilities there, UCLA, which has a baseball field that's been there for many, many years. What do the veterans think about that? What do they want? And how are we as a community responding to that, to give them what they've earned and what they deserve?
And you mentioned community. How can people get more information about all that's happening?
Well, the city of Santa Monica is a real leader in this space in terms of public planning, in terms of being expert in the homeless arena, frankly. I mean, some of the most important work, not just locally, but even nationally, comes out of Santa Monica. So we see this as a platform beyond Santa Monica, one where we can get the message out more broadly, because it's that kind of a platform. We have experts in Santa Monica that we want to help us guiding that process.
Dr. Sherin, thank you so much.